Oh, it did it again.
Sure did, didn't it? Well, that's okay because we're live now, and we want to welcome you to Phoenix Raceway for week number 1, season 14, week number 1, championship racing. Oh, I'm Dead Man Strong, along here with Sir Brazybull. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing?
Wow, sir and all. We got 17. We got 17 cars on the track tonight, and it ought to be a good one because we are at the Phoenix with a dog leg. Did you even know they had a dog leg at Phoenix?
No.
Neither did I. But we're about to say it right after this. Don't go nowhere.
Nothing could surprise you. You thought you'd seen everything, but you never saw me coming. All eyes on me, ready or not, I'm making waves. Ready or not, you can't escape. Ready or not, I'm on my way. You can't stop what I got. Ready or not, ready or not. On you best get moving. I'm about to change the game. Go ahead, try to outrun me. It's all the same. Ready or not, I'm making waves. Ready or not, you can't escape. Ready or not, I'm on my way. You can't stop what I got. Ready or not. Ready or not. Making waves, ready or not, you can't escape. Ready or not, I'm on my way. You can't stop what I got. Ready or not, I come, so you better get ready. Get ready. Something big is about to go down. Ready or not. Ready or not. Ready or not. Ready or not.
Well, there we go. Week number 1 of championship racing here at Phoenix. Are you excited there, Brazy?
I'm always excited for Tuesday and Wednesday night racing.
Always. That didn't sound
Always.
very positive.
What are you talking about?
Well, like you're
I'm always excited for Tuesday and Wednesday night racing.
Oh, a little bit of slidage there. I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited because I don't think I've actually ever seen the league racing here with this dog. Could I be right or could I be wrong? Have I ever seen it?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Hmm.
I'd have to look in the stats, and I don't know if I can find it.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm always thinking that, I was always thinking that Phoenix was like one of them oval triangle type deal things. But apparently not.
Is.
That's what I thought. But this one ain't. This one's kind of an oval with a broken end. You know, like it kind of, was full of crap and it hit the ground real hard and kind of splooshed onto one side. You know what I mean? But not break.
Splooshed on one side. Is that how we're describing it?
Well, I don't know how else to describe it, but it looks like Kyle Stewart's going to go ahead and get the pole tonight with Dakota Floyd finishing second. Chuck Sweeney's going to be third. Justin Ritchie fourth. Richard Holland is going to qualify fifth.
We're going to have Matt Teller's going to take off in sixth place tonight. Tommy Haynes in seventh. Michael McCauley will be taking off in eighth tonight. Burt Wilson will be starting in ninth. And John Wimbish will be starting in 10th place.
In 11th spot, we're going to have Roy Hyde. 12th, Jacob Daniels. 13th, Seth Steele. 14th is going to be Rick Fergone. And 15th, Travis Smith.
And following up is going to be 16th place. Is going to start off with Mike Mitchell. TJ Lee is going to start off in 17th. Brandon Hinton is going to be starting in 18th, and Ivan Jones is going to be your 19th car tonight.
And everybody's went ahead and got excited there, Brazy, for your segment of useless facts nobody gives a shit about.
All right. So we are in Avondale, Arizona. Opening date, March 1964. Let's see. The founder is Richard Hogue, an amateur sports car racer. Track length is 1 mile in the oval configuration. Now we are in the tri-oval with the open dog leg, so it is a little bit longer. There are, you have turns 1 and 2 have 8 and 9 degree banking. The dog leg has 10 and 11 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 have 8 to 9 degrees. Front stretch is 3 degrees. The back stretch is 9 to 11 degrees in the dog leg area. The most wins on this track has been by Kyle Busch with 11 in the Xfinity Series.
And we're about to go green, I think.
Already?
Well, the pace car is already off.
Did the pace car hit the pit stop? Hit the pit barrels?
Yeah. Ran right into the fucking thing. I mean, the damn things.
Past 15 seconds, it should be all right?
We should be okay. Green, green, green. We are on a green here at Phoenix Championship Racing at WFO Racing Network. Kind of caught us off guard, I would say.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we are under yellow, yellow, yellow already.
Apparently caught someone else off guard, too.
Yeah, apparently they're like, what, already? And let's go ahead and take a look at that. And it's going to be 00 Roy Hyde, it looks like. Going to be, riding along on the inside, acting like nobody's business. And then, somebody checked up. And put Roy Hyde down and, yeah. Well, you saw it.
Roy tried to stop, and into the wall he went.
Take one more look at it. And then looks like the, what is it, the 56 of John Wimbish. Checked up a little bit going into the corner.
Almost cleared that wall.
Just about inside, or just a little inside. Anyway, we're under caution number 1 here in Phoenix.
Missed it by that much.
Just by that much. I'm not seeing John Sanu tonight.
I'm not either.
Well, I just thought maybe my blind eyes were missing it. Anyway, look at that. Kyle Stewart still in the lead. Dakota Floyd still in second. Chuck Sweeney moving up to third. Or, no, I think, well, how about we just don't even try to think tonight? We just watch the race. How about that? How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
It's interesting that John Snoo's not here, being that he's towards the top of the points for
I
the
know.
championship.
I was going to say, I don't see John Sanu tonight. Oh, I did say that. Anyway. All right, lights are out in the car, or in the pace car. Off on the track. Looks like we're gridded back up. We're gridded, baby. I don't like that word.
Well, you could say we're gridding back up. You just have to say it a little sooner. Because once they're gridded up, then you have to say they're gridded up.
Or they're grinded up. Then the pace car comes down and off the track, and looks like we're going to get ready to go. Giddy. See if we can't get a...
Crank it up.
I want to see if we can we get a chop. There we go, chopper camera. Uh-oh. Okay, that messed me up. I thought they were all wrecking into the inside. I was about to go, what the hell? Crash, green, yeah. And the yellow flag is out again. My goodness.
Travis Smith crashing this time.
Yep, Travis Smith is going to be the culprit this time. He's going to be down on the inside in that, what is it, that 57 right there. He's going to come out and see that. That dog leg just absolutely freaks me out. Looks like Jacob.
Same thing that.
Yeah, looks like Jacob tried to slow up a little bit, and Travis Smith decided that, you know what, we're going to keep going. Everybody's safe. Doesn't look like too much damage. What a dog leg just messes people up, don't it? It messed me up. I thought the whole front of the... Never mind. Everybody else doing a fine job getting out of the way. Avoiding the collision there with Travis. And we are gridding up again. Good evening, Scotty Mac. How are you doing this evening? This fine evening. What's the temperature here in Phoenix?
1 second. It's currently 67 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona.
Ooh, nice and chilly.
Humidity is at 10% and wind is at 5 miles per hour.
Well, we were going to go to a crank it up, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get, we can get a lap in. What's up, Matt? I'm bored. Well, we're in caution number 2 already. This is going to be another New Hampshire.
Everybody pull your bingo cards out. We currently have a 0-0 and a 9-7 for incidents so far tonight.
All right, pace car off the track when it looks like we're going to try and do this again. Green flag. We're back on the green. Temporarily. Yeah, see that area right there, dude. Aha.
You're going 3 wide there.
I don't know if that dog leg actually helps out. I don't know if it helps out or it just fucks people up because it is messing with my eyes. But, hey, we got a job to do, right? Speaking of job to do, let's go ahead and get tonight's Crank It Up out. Well, all right. Looks like we had possibly Tommy Haynes going ahead and hitting the wall, but it is not going to pull out the caution flag. Let's go take a look and see what happened there. Tommy Haynes right there in the 17. Michael McCulley just behind. They're going to come across the line. It looks like, see, Tommy's like, oh, shit, that's right. That's part of that wall. And he just drove right up into that outside wall, got off the track, no caution called. Oh, and
Tommy,
then
you got to turn there, Tommy.
yeah, and then he just went right, and but then the hood decided to pop up, and then it's waving to the crowd. Take one more quick look. Tommy just coming down, and maybe he was mesmerized by the wall. Not sure, but he drove right onto the outside. That's what happens when you text and drive, ladies and gentlemen. It comes right down to the inside wall. The hood decides to wave to its fans. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Yep, there we go. And let's get back into live. 16 out of 150. Holy son of a gun. 150 laps. So take us through the points. Who we got going? Who we racing? Who's doing this and that and everything else?
Well, as they stand as start off tonight, so you got Dakota Floyd is first place, Roy Hyde is second, John Sanu is third, Rick Pagone is fourth, Richard Holland is 5th. Burt Wilson is 6th. TJ Lee is 7th. Travis Smith is 8th. Micah McCauley is 9th. Vern Bradley is 10th. Tommy Haynes is 11th. And Chuck Sweeting is at last spot in 12th.
Well, there we go. And that's where our championship points led us into for week 1. Or I should say, those are the 12 drivers that qualified for the championship race. This is week 1.
Now you'll notice that there are other drivers out there. They can come in and race. They just don't have the same point advantage.
They
as
don't
the championship drivers do.
They don't have the same point advantage, but they still can win. They, and that would adjust everybody else's points.
Correct.
We're on how many races are in there? 5? And then championship.
So we got tonight at Phoenix. Next week is New Hampshire. Then we have Chicago Street Course, Michigan International, and Daytona will be the final one. So yes, 5.
And that will determine the race championship, those 5 races. So basically, we do 10 races to qualify for the championship, 5 races to declare a champion. Of course, if you win a race in the regular season, you're automatically into the championship race.
As long as you race 7 other races.
As long as you race 7 other races. And what a week filled we got coming up. Or what a race. I mean, Phoenix with some kind of strange dog leg peeing on a tree. And then we got New Hampshire next week. And then we got inner city Chicago. What and who did this one?
We have 150 laps in Hampshire.
Oh, crap.
Wasn't that the
Where were we when that meeting was taking place? Because nobody asked our
13
opinion.
caution race last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of here at 10 o'clock that night.
10. We'll be lucky. And then just to go to inner city Chicago. Where and if that's a night race, no, ladies and gentlemen, those aren't lights. Those are just burning buildings. That's not fireworks. That's just gunshots. I'm so looking forward to Chicago.
Make sure you leave your personal belongings at home because when you return your car, they may not be there.
Oh, don't bring your own car. Take an Uber. Leave that on somebody else.
Get a rental.
Get a rental. Hell, just stay home and watch it. Going to be a lot safer. Anyway, Cal Stewart is your current race leader. Dakota Floyd second. Matt Tilder's up 3 spots. He's in 3rd right now. Chuck Sweeney down a spot into 4th. Richard Holland staying in 5th. Justin Ritchie, Burt Wilson, Michael McCulley, John Wimbish, and Jacob Daniels is going to be your top 10 so far tonight. Looks like they've kind of settled down and there's gotten some gaps going, Brazy.
Yeah, and I was just looking through the list, and you know who else we're missing?
Who else are we missing? Hey,
We are missing.
where's Mr. Vern Bradley?
That's who I was just going to say. We are missing one Vern Bradley tonight.
Wow. Wonder if they even remember it's Tuesday. Going to be hard to win a championship if you're not here. Well, all we can do is hope that they're safe. And that real life just, got in the way, as it sometimes does.
As it always does. Real life and jobs are the two things that get in the way of anything fun.
So it looks like we're starting to get pretty good sized gap there between Dakota and Matt Tilder. About a second and 15.
There's quite the space in there.
Yeah, and then we got another 70, 3/4 of a second to Chuck Sweeney. And then another 3/4 to Richard Holland.
Those gaps don't really look that big, though.
No. That's what I've been trying to convince the missus the entire 30 years of marriage. It's big, trust me. Well, they don't look that big. Family show? Family show? Right,
Yeah.
Grace? Oh, okay.
It's championships.
It's shit. Yeah.
It's after 9 in the East Coast. We're good.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Fire us in the championship? Oh, no. Oh, no. Golly darn. Well, like I said, it was a rocky start. But it kind of looks like everybody has kind of calmed down. Burt Wilson, see, and that's what I was talking about before, Brazy, is I see people hitting that dog leg, but it doesn't look like it does anything. Richard Holland able to maintain that gap. He stayed on the track, and Burt went down into that dog leg. Let's see again if he hits that dog leg. Yep, there goes down Burt. Yeah, I'm not really understanding why somebody wants to put themselves through that back pain. Do you see how hard he hits that inner circle? That's a pretty good bounce.
I wonder if it's making any, if it's like jostling their steering wheel at all when they hit those.
I mean, it looks like a pretty hard hit coming into it. We'll keep an eye on him this time, as he seems to be doing. Dog-legged. That's a,
We should hop in the cab with them next time around.
we can do that. We have the power. On board now with the number 70, Burt Wilson. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Oh, I'm not liking that. That's like going down a dirt road at 187 miles an hour or whatever, 157. What's up, Denise? How are you doing tonight? No. See, look at that. That's some bobbing and weaving, Bobby. Bobby? Where the hell did I come up with that?
We know what you're thinking about.
Justin Ritchie down 3 spots, now currently in 7th. Right behind him is the 81 of Michael McCauley. Yeah, fan favorite, Captain K-Man, not here this week. Now, I could have sworn I just saw sparks coming off as he went into that bootleg.
I was gonna say it didn't look like he handled that quite as well. Looks like he got a little loose as he went in and came out, and in that corner too.
Those are sparks. I don't think you're supposed to have your car sparking.
That's fine.
Nah, it just wears down.
Yeah, it'll wear down, and it just helps you, flow better with the track.
Unless, of course, it's like a tire on or something that's breaking. Then we got problems.
I mean, only if you hit the wall. You can still manage. It's good. Let her go.
Back up in front with Kyle Stewart, your race leader. I am not sure, but it looks like. Let's take a look. Can we get a camera on the front section of. Oh, no. Okay, those are just reflections. I was going to say it looked like Dakota Floyd's front bumper was waving to us.
I was actually thinking that with Burnt's front bumper, it looked like part of it might have been missing a little bit.
Yep. But that's just reflections.
I don't think you were missing anything. I think you wanted that primetime sponsorship. Like, look at this.
Oh, is that what you're thinking?
Come to Rig Radio. Listen to our music.
Yep, there you go.
Music rocks.
That's right.
And hit that like button. And the subscribe. And click that bell for notifications.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do, right?
And share it with your friends.
And share it with your friends. Yeah. We're going to have to go all the way back. All the way back. Almost 3.5 seconds to third spot. And it does look like the track is getting a little greasy.
We are at 40. We're going on lap 45 here, so it's probably getting to be about that time. I'm guessing it's about a two pit stop race.
Yeah, I don't think anybody went in under caution, did they?
They did not. Well, except for the ones that crashed. But other than that, no.
Well, we got Matt Tilner and Richard Holland, Chuck Sweeting, and Burnt Wilson all fighting over this third place spot right here.
Trying to figure out if the outside or inside's better going around.
I don't think there's any inside or outside in this track.
Looked like he had a little bit of a peek on Richard, but lost it right away. So there, Richard actually gained on Matt on that little dog leg.
And he's looking right now at the outside. looks like Richard Holland's going to get him.
Looks like Chuck's going to line up next.
Yep. Richard Holland's going to take over that. Oh, look out. Goosey Lucy's are all up there on top. And then now we got Chuck. So Richard Holland's going to pull into third. Chuck Sweeney's going to go to that outside. I don't think that's part of the dog leg, Matt. And Matt is going to go down into pit road. So Matt Tilder is going to be the first one going in under green flags as he makes his way down a really long pit road. Holy shit, where's he going? The race is in Phoenix. The pits are in San Diego. John Wimbish now starting down pit road. They should have like a little air travel or train system or anything from the beginning to their pit stall. Meanwhile, Kyle Stewart and Dakota Floyd. Dakota cutting that gap way down now, right there on his bumper. And we have a battle for first. Brazy, you want to cover this for a few seconds?
Sure.
I'm going to leave you right here with the fight for first, right here.
All righty. How many laps do you think we got, everybody, before they go into the pits now that he's gone? So currently you got Kyle Stewart in the front, Dakota Floyd battling him for first. Then you got about a 4-second gap between these guys and Richard Holland. Then Chuck Sweeting is fourth. Burt Wilson is currently running fifth. Justin Ritchie is sixth. Michael McCauley seventh. Travis Smith is currently running eighth. Rick Fagone is running ninth. And Jacob Daniels is rounding out your top 10. We got Seth Steele going into the pits now. We're at 56 laps. Mike McCauley is, oh, never mind. Apparently on that dog leg, it must be really close to the pit line because it counted Mike as going in and then it didn't, so.
You counted what and didn't what?
Oh, the stats said that Mike McCauley was going into the pits and then he didn't. So must have been close to the pit line and then came back out.
Well, it doesn't look like much more has changed.
There's been a larger gap between these two and Richard Holland.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, 4 seconds. 4-second gap between Dakota Floyd and Richard Holland. And Richard Holland's getting himself a nice little gap there between him and Chuck Sweetie. Looks like Seth Steele and Tommy Haynes is out for the night.
Mike Mitchell going into the pits.
Yep, there he is.
Kyle and Dakota battling for front.
These guys have got to have some pretty atrocious pit times with the length of the pit road, huh? Gee whiz. Jesus. 2 hours later.
Like Dakota got around Kyle and is trying to increase his lead from him now.
Yeah, I would assume that would mean that Kyle's tires are toast. Well, so far here at Phoenix, we have a new leader, Dakota Floyd. Kyle Stewart's in second, Richard Holland third, Burt Wilson fourth, Chuck Sweeney in fifth. Justin Ritchie is currently running sixth. Michael McCauley's currently running seventh. Travis Smith in eighth. Rick Fergone in ninth, and Jacob Daniels. He's going to round off your top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I'm just being you from last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yabba dabba doo. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. Yeah, pizza, pizza.
Did a great job last week. Should have just had you do it this week.
No, we're good.
We're running into some lap traffic here as Dakota Floyd gets around Roy Hyde on the outside.
Around the outside, around the outside.
Kyle Stewart getting around him pretty easily. And now we are under yellow. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. How is that going to help out Dakota Floyd and Kyle Stewart?
Well, I can tell you that the guys that just came out of pits are not going to be happy about that.
Not going to be happy at all as Dakota Floyd runs right into the ass end of the pit car. And let's take a look at why we're here. Michael Mitchell, bring us there. Michael Mitchell all by himself.
All by himself. He just lost it.
Yeah, he looks like it was. Yeah. Yeah. What? Not really. Wow, what a hard hit.
That was a hit.
And that'll just remind you, just because we're in slow-mo does not mean they are in slow-mo at point of impact.
Parked it like a glove.
Yeah, he just come around and that ass end let loose and tried to overcorrect it, and it was it. It came around the other side, and yeah. Looks like he
hit
was
that wall like a Texas tornado.
Yep. Anyway, we are under caution number 3. Caution number 3 as we get back to the live action.
Good trying to wave the white flag.
I did not see Kyle or Dakota hit the pits.
They did.
Did they? Okay. Well, my race is done. Matt Tilder. Not sure why.
Oh, it's a pits.
Oh.
He took pits at 50. John Wimbish took him 51. Seth Steele took it at 54. Seth has called it a night.
Yeah, Seth Steele has called it a night. And so has Tommy Haynes after that incident.
A bunch of the guys are going back into the pits for some reason.
Matt Tilder up there taking the frustration out on the pit car. He's going to come back around the track, and he's going to end up in 15th spot. So that crash did not make it very easy for a lot of people. Dakota Floyd is going to be in first still. Kyle Stewart second. Chuck Sweeney and Richard Holland are going to switch spots and start third and fourth. TJ Lee up 12 spots. TJ Lee is going to be in fifth right now. Right there on the inside of his teammate, Ivan Jones on the outside. Burt Wilson's going to be in behind him. Justin Ritchie, Michael McCulley, and Travis Smith. As we go back to green. 69 laps down. Almost halfway there.
Dakota and Richard getting a good jump on that green.
Yes, they are. Dakota's jumping out there in front. Oh, Kyle getting a little bibbly bob there and able to keep it back under control and maintain his position.
Yeah, we saw at the beginning of the race, like the fresh tires were a little loose, and then they looked like they tightened up a little bit, and then they got a little slimy there at the end. And
you just described half the dates in high school.
well, they weren't any of my dates, so
All I could find was the loose ones. What's going on, Warrior? How are you doing tonight?
what's going on, Warrior?
And there he is, what we were talking about earlier. There is TJ Lee in that 34 machine, up 12 spots with his teammate right behind him, up 13 spots, Ivan Jones. Be a good finish for TJ if he's able to hold on to that.
Yeah, it will be. I know he's been trying hard to keep up with these guys, and he's been doing a lot of practices and stuff, and
Yep.
it's starting to show. Last year he just barely missed out on the championship races. The year he's got both championship races for the cars and the trucks, so he made a nice step up this year, and he can hold on to this, have a nice finish for this race, and some more points in the bag for him.
That's right. 76, less than half of the race left. He's already, speaking of TJ Lee, he's already going to gain some points on Vern Bradley and Jacob Johnson.
Johnson.
Burt Wilson and Ivan Jones battling right there for that 6 and 7 spot. A little side-by-side racing.
Fully trying to sneak up in there and get up on Justin Ritchie at the same time.
Yeah.
Looks like when they first dive into that, they start to get ahead, but then when they come back out, they haven't gained much.
Yeah.
Although Burt was able to get around him, so.
Back here, taking a look. Mac Tilder back up another 2 spots. He's already back up into the 13th. Got a long road ahead of him. But who knows what will happen. Pit strategy right there kind of hurt him a little bit, but it might help him towards the end, considering we still got half the race to go. We've seen it before, hey, Brazing.
We have.
Somebody back down there in 13th. Next thing you know, they're up in 2nd. Oh, looks like Dakota putting a little bit of whitewash on the... He just didn't want anybody to be able to read his number. Body guys aren't going to be very happy with him on that one. If you can't read the sponsor, does that mean the sponsor has to pay you? You can't prove it.
Looks like Bert's trying to put some pressure on TJ Lee for that fifth spot.
Burt Wilson, yep, going down to the inside of TJ Lee.
Those two are currently, Bert's in 6th, TJ's in 7th on points right now. So.
And it looked like Richard Holland was doing his damnedest. He got past Chuck, and it looked like Richard Holland was getting caught up to Kyle Stewart there also. Take a look at that in a minute. right, we'll take a look at this bootleg. Going in, he's got about a car length. Bert Wilson going to go dive down in. He's going to come back in. He does cut that about in half. The question is it sets him up going into that other curve, and then he ends up losing it. Take a look here. Going to come out side by side by him this time, and he's going to take over that spot. And we do have a crash. It did not pull out the yellow yet, but it's going to be the 81 of Michael McCauley. We'll take a look at that right now. Him and Ivan are going to get into it. Thought I saw maybe some blinkage. What do you think?
I did. I was actually wondering if that's what maybe the spotter said he was clear and
Not sure. Not sure what happened to that. But no yellow. No yellow on the course. And Bert Wilson is going ahead and increasing that lead over TJ Lee. Meanwhile, Chuck Sweeney and Richard Holland is caught up to Cal Stewart up here. Not a real significant gap between Dakota and Kyle either. So everybody being able to do their job and tighten everything back up. Hey, what's going on, gamer? How are you doing tonight?
you know, if it wasn't the blinkage, maybe he was coming down asking for some Grey Poupon, and
he got pooped
Michael
on
said
it.
"Stranger danger" and turned away. I just,
Stranger danger, dangerous. I remember those commercials. I also remember those commercials that you would never hear today. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I remember those.
The good old days. Back before social media and all them gaming platforms, and you weren't allowed to stay in the house.
Nope. You go outside and invent your own damn game.
You know, it kind of makes you wonder how many parents forgot they had children. In order for them to come out with a newscast, public announcement to say, do you know where your children are? Oh, shit, that's right, I got kids. How many do I have? Bill, how many kids we got? I think 2. Well, Brazy, I'm kind of looking at the numbers and stuff, and I don't know. Maybe my math might be off, but it looks like we might actually have to do one more stop.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking we're gonna have one more.
Of course, if we go green all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle pumping that wall a little bit. That's going to allow Richard Holland to move right up alongside of him. Kyle Stewart checking that wall barrier, making sure it's safe.
Somebody's got to do it. Vern's not here.
Yeah. You can blame it on
I think-
Vern.
I think the only reason Richard didn't get right up and around him was because Richard was kind of behind him and had to check up a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been right around him on that, I think. So Kyle got lucky. But either way, Dakota's like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. There we go. Lap 100 right there. 50 laps to go. Week 1 of the championship racing at WFO Racing Network. Chuck Sweeney's able to maintain up there. I mean, he's down a spot into 4th. But then we got quite a gap between Chuck Sweeney and the number 5th spot, Burt Wilson. Michael McCauley right there, his teammate, 81, is down. 2 laps, 1 lap. Back to the front, Kyle. Hey, maybe that dent on maybe hitting that wall, maybe dented something because he closed that gap and he's ringing the doorbell.
Looks like he almost slid in that wall again.
He's Tokyo drifting that shit around the track now.
Yeah, he is. He's fighting hard to try and keep up or catch Dakota, and you got 30 laps on the tires. 40 laps on the tires. It's starting to get a little
Greasy.
yeah, gonna get a little greasy, and push too much might not end up in your favor.
And we're starting to get caught up to a little bit of lap traffic there, which would be his teammate, Jacob Daniels. Dakota going to go to the outside. Jacob into the inside. Oof. Awful close to that pit road. And that's going to give him a little bit of gap. Everyone able to get around Jacob safely. There's your top 3 right there. Dakota Floyd, Kyle Stewart, and Richard Holland.
What up, Greasy Goose?
What up, Greasy? You know, the way Kyle's going around those things, you can almost read his sponsorship on the side panels.
I was just gonna say, Kyle, We're not Tokyo drifting here. This is racing.
Well, I wonder what car number that is. Oh, it's number 20. Look at that. I can see it clear as day. Uh-oh. You see what I saw?
I saw a door opening.
I saw a door opening right there, and Richard Holland looked and peeked and went, maybe next lap. $111 laps down.
Okay, so I was wrong.
Okay.
Being that this track is only a mile, they should be able to get it all, I believe, in one pit. Now, they had it at 66, which isn't a halfway point, so they may still have to actually go in. If we stay green the rest of the time, they may still have to go in one more time.
Yeah, but are their tires going to hold on? I'm not
Well,
not necessarily worried about fuel. Michael McCauley down there, he's trying to get back his lap, or one of his laps. And that 81 machine right there.
I mean, if they start driving like they're driving on a dirt track, is that all bad?
Oh, no. That makes it more exciting. It's almost like you can hear those tires screeching when they go around that corner. Michael McCauley says about 75 to 80 laps on fuel.
Yeah, so
it sounds like they'll be good on fuel, but I don't know about the tires. But that's why I'm an announcer and not a driver. Just kind of weird because depending on what part of the track they're in, they get really, really tight. And it isn't going to take much of a screw up to let look like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Kyle's going to try to drop down there in the bootleg. He's going to come up and go right back in behind Dakota. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So with the pits that they pit lap 66 for some of these guys, if it's 75 to 80, like Michael's saying, they will probably have to stop to get at least a splash and dash if they're not going to get tires.
Well, you can almost guarantee that they're going to get tires. And that's, of course, if we stay green.
Right. If we stay yellow, then everybody's happy and whatever. But if some of these guys go in and
Well, if we stay yellow, then it's going to be a long night.
if we stay green, then everybody's happy. Whatever. You know what I meant.
It's going to make it for a long race when you go flying around this track at 50 miles an hour instead of 130, 150.
Yeah, stay in yellow. That'll be next week.
That will be next week. Oh. Not sure what happened.
That was some graphic.
That was graphic.
Made Matt's car look like he turned into a drill.
Yeah. Thought we were on iRacing, not Auto Or. Of course, not sponsored. There he blinks again. Now he's got some fireworks going on. Kyle Stewart's AOL fucking subscription acting up. Looks like he was going to try, but then decided against it. Is Kyle Stewart in the championship points?
He is not.
Well, he's racing like he is.
He does have a win, but he didn't have the 7 to qualify.
Gotcha. Well, there's your top 3 right there. Dakota Floyd, Kyle Stewart, and Richard Holland. The 81 of Michael McCulley right there, trying to get a lap back. You'd have to go all the way back to Chuck Sweeney for 4th. And there he is. And then Burt Wilson. Almost 3 seconds behind. This is going to be your top 5. We're going to go back up in front because Kyle is making a move down to the inside on Dakota. Not quite there yet.
That corner that Kyle breaks free on, he just loses ground on that. Now Kyle's got a challenge on the inside.
Richard Holland making it look easy. "23 laps to go here at Phoenix Speedway."
looking through the list of names and stuff, Travis Smith, who was involved in an earlier incident, he's back up. He's climbed his way back up to 7th place now.
Yeah, there he is right there. He has up 8 spots to 7th. I think they're going to run it. What do you think, Brazy? I think there's no stopping if it goes green. Either that or you got a bunch of nervous people up there in the top 5 hoping for a caution.
Well, like I say, if you go off of Mike's numbers, they're going to be 4 laps short if they make it to 80. So it's I think we're going to have some nervous guys.
Right now, all their spotters are running around and talking to the cars that are a lap down, going, "Come on, hit the wall, just a little bit, just enough to pull out that yellow flag." Oh,
Not you, Kyle.
yeah.
For a second, I thought we were going to go 3 wide into that corner.
That corner just needs to be about 1.5 feet wider for Kyle. I think Chuck Sweeting realized we only got 17 laps to go because he is pouring it on and closing that gap in between him and Richard Holland.
You know, if he sat back and saved a little fuel,
Well, saved a little bit of fuel, a little bit of tires, didn't push it quite as much, and because he's coming on like gangbusters, already going around Michael McCauley and closing that gap even quicker.
Richard taking advantage of Kyle hip bouncing off that wall a little bit.
Yep.
Getting in front of him finally.
Yeah. Kyle's still fighting it on the outside. And why they're fighting, Chuck is all the way caught back up now.
He's like, "Hi guys." Sure, Dakota's up there just sitting there thinking, "You guys just keep fighting and stay back there."
Kyle able to fight back on the outside and maintain that second spot. We've got 12 laps to go. Chuck bringing it right up and knocking on the back door of Richard. We've got a little bit of lap traffic, it looks like, up in front. Able to get around Jacob Daniels. Coming up on Roy Hyde in that 00. Chuck Sweeney going to dive down to the inside of Richard Holland. Almost looked like he tried to take advantage of that in lap cars.
Yeah, I think he did exactly that. He kind of sat back a little bit in that little pocket that he was sitting in and was able to use that to catch back up to these guys. We'll see if he's got enough fuel and maybe these guys run out and he is able to pass them in the end. We'll see. I gotta imagine somebody's gonna be tapping on their fuel gauge like, is this right? Is there, oh, come on, can we squeeze a little bit more out of this?
Should have drank some whiskey. They are definitely looking at fuel gauges. Actually, Michael, I'm going to say they're probably not. They probably got them taped over. I don't care. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. As we sit right now, Dakota Floyd is in first. Kyle Stewart is second. Richard Holland third. Chuck Sweeney fourth. Burt Wilson in fifth. That's your top five.
Richard got a little loose on that corner, so he lost a little bit on him, but looks like he's closing it back up again, so.
So what happens when the top five run out of gas? Do they get out and run across the finish line?
They Flintstone it and start pushing with their feet.
We have 4 laps to go. This is where it's gonna. Hey, all margins are. They hopefully they. Oh, look at this, Kyle Stewart. Kyle Stewart.
I think he ran out.
Yep. Says I don't have enough to take it the distance. And he is down. Oh, he is down on pit road for that long, long drive. Meanwhile, back up in front, Dakota Floyd's gonna get around. Oh, no, look at this. Your leader is out of fuel. And he is going to go down into pit road with only 3 laps to go. Richard Holland is going to take the lead with Chuck Sweeney going into second. Dakota Floyd heading down that long, desperate road of pit road. Now, question is, do they have enough to get? Does Chuck have enough to get? Does Richard have enough? They are going to pass pit road. Final lap. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Richard Holland, here at Phoenix. Chuck Sweeney will go ahead and finish second. Travis Smith, who was involved in that first incident, is going to go ahead and take your top third spot. Burt Wilson's going to finish fourth. Justin Ritchie's going to move into the fifth spot. Rick Fergone is going to finish eighth. Brandon Hinton is going to be 11th. Dakota Floyd's going to drop down to 8th. TJ Lee with a top 10 tonight, going to finish 9th. And Roy Hyde is going to take 10th.
It was Ricky in 6th and Brandon in 7th.
Well,
Up 11 spots.
Up 11 spots.
Yeah, you said they were in 8th and 11th.
Yeah. Well, what do I know? I'm just an announcer. Now, does Richard Holland got enough fuel in there to do anything? Or did he run out right there? Oh, my goodness. What an impressive win. What an impressive night here at Phoenix. Well, Richard Holland doesn't have any fuel, but his teammates.
Says here, I'll do it for you.
His teammates out there cheering him on. Oh my goodness! All right, let's go ahead and get Richard Holland up in here. How about you, Richard? You got a copy DMS and Brazy up here in the booth.
Woo! I gotcha.
Are you out of fuel?
Oh yeah, see that? I couldn't even do a burnout.
Well,
Oh man.
we were doing the calculations, man. I'll tell you what, that was one of the most exciting races. I mean, you had some cautions and everything else, and it was a little bit weird. And, for some people and stuff like that, it might not have been very exciting. But knowing that we were counting the laps and doing the calculations and realized that the top four were about a lap shy, it made it real exciting.
Yeah, it sure did. It did for me, for us, racing there too. I'm sure, I don't know what Kyle and Dakota were thinking. They were probably thinking, hopefully he has to pit. I don't know, but I just kept watching the ticker, and we were short, but it kept going. It was going towards the plus all the time, and I'm not sure what them guys were doing different than I was, but obviously I was able to save just enough. But I made it across the line, and it ran out going into one. So
Wow, you can't get much closer than that.
No, I was watching it, and Ricky asked me one time, he's like, "You're gonna have enough to make it?" And I said, "Just enough." It looks like that was with 10 to go. It was really, really close.
Well, I mean, your strategy was solid all night long. I mean, you were up there and you were maintained, and looked like, every once in a while, it looked like you might have the upper edge with Kyle going in there and, touching the wall every now and then. But, he'd fight back, and maybe that's it didn't look like you were being the aggressor there, and maybe that's what saved it.
Yeah, I mean, them guys were really fast, obviously, the first run there. And, I just I figured I probably wasn't much of a chance, especially in the early run speed for me to drive around them. So I just kind of rode back there, really, just doing my thing and just kind of watching Chuck, see what he was doing, hoping I could keep him behind me at least. And my hope really was that, they were going to wear their stuff out and I could drive around them late in the run, because the first run I was faster than them. right before that caution came out. So that was really my plan. But I think it just ended up the way I was running it and the way I was driving the track. It just ended up, saving just enough fuel, and it really wasn't my intention. Really the whole run. It was just I was just trying to be easy on it and save the tires. Really.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, a perfect example between real math and Common Core. anyone,
We don't have to do real math. We just wing it.
anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, I want to thank the drivers, first, because man, it's really a lot of fun to race when, you can race around guys that, that are fast, but you can race around, if that makes sense,
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and it's just a lot of fun. It really is. I just want to thank all the drivers. I want to thank the fans, everybody that watches. I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Everybody that puts on the league. I say it every week. It's a thankless job, especially with a free league. You don't get anything out of it. So, McCully and all them guys, they could just race. They don't have to deal with all the bullshit with putting up, setting up these races and doing all the behind the scenes crap, for us,
Yeah.
but they do. So, appreciate that. Ricky for being my teammate. I want to thank Hal for putting this thing together and letting me be a part of this team, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it looked like Ricky, your teammate, came out there and did the celebration for you.
Yeah, I said, I'm out. He goes, I'll do the burnout for you, he said. But no, I'm pretty fired up about this one. I don't think I've ever had a league win at Phoenix. So this is a place that's haunted me, and I put a lot into trying to be a lot better here. And I've come really close in the past couple seasons, but Chuck has absolutely dominated this place in past races. So I was quite surprised to be competitive with him tonight and be able to squeak out this win, man. It means a lot to me. I'm pretty fired up.
Well, you definitely deserve it. Any closing thoughts there, Brazy?
No, I mean, good job on the race, keeping up with them guys. It was awesome to watch you guys, and nail biting to say the least. With we were getting some inside information on how many laps you guys could roughly go, and we knew you guys were getting close, and so it made it for a very fun and exciting last bit of the race. So congratulations on your win.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner tonight of the first week of the championship racing in WFO, number 31, Richard Holland.
Woohoo! Thanks, guys.
All right. And then, of course, this guy here is the absolute best at sitting back and letting everybody else make their mistakes. Chuck Sweeney sitting back in there and staying in the top 5, just kind of waiting out, and then next thing you know, 10 laps to go, he's up there knocking on your door.
Well, I can tell you I wasn't the fastest guy tonight. I think the only reason I caught back after those guys is because they had to save a little bit, and then a couple of them still couldn't make it. So, yeah, I usually am pretty competitive here, but I don't know. Tonight I was just off a little bit. I don't know if it's set up or me, probably me. But congrats to Richard, and I want to say an awesome run by Bert and Travis and Justin. Those guys were really fast tonight, especially Bert. He shocked me how fast he was tonight, so it was good to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we had Travis Smith, who finished 3rd tonight, involved in an accident. We're going to talk to him next, but hey, he was able to maneuver his way back up to 3rd.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had different strategy or if he just had the speed and came back from it. I wasn't around him a whole lot, and I see that he finished 3rd. So good job to him. He's a good driver anyway, so doesn't surprise me a whole lot. But yeah, I had nothing for those the rest of them, but Dakota and them, they just ran off and left me that first run, and so I just decided, well, I'm going to finish 4th or 5th, and then fuel mileage came into it, and I'm usually pretty decent at that, so I had about a lap and a half extra at the end there.
So when you're sitting there on lap 4, in 4th spot, not able to really gain anything or lose anything, but just maintain a good, solid 4th spot. And then all of a sudden you look, and there goes Kyle into the pits, and then the next lap, Dakota goes into the pits. How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, it made me feel good, and I came on the radio and said, "Hey, Richard, it's your turn next." And he's like, "No, you go." But we both made it, so yeah, it's just those guys were racing each other so hard, and sometimes you don't know if you can race that hard and make it, or if you better just let the guy go. And I think both of them probably wish they'd have just let the other one go and saved a little fuel. But it's hard. You want to go as fast as you can, and you want to lead, and you want to race hard,
Yeah,
and
it's
then you
good.
worry
It's
about
easier
the
on.
fuel later.
Yeah, it's easy on paper, but when you're white knuckling it right next to the guy for 20 laps, you don't want to give up.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing, I was white knuckling with it. It got really sketchy. The tires, just once they got hot towards the end of the run, the last 25 laps of the run, you're sliding all over the place. So it was a handful.
Well, anyone you'd like to thank for second place tonight?
Just thanks to Michael and all the admins, the fans, everybody that puts this thing on every week. Great job to all the drivers. Appreciate all them. And we'll see if we can do one position better tomorrow night, hopefully.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Your second place finisher tonight here in Phoenix, Chuck Sweeney.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Well, did you able to see Travis? Oh, yeah, there he is right there. I got him. Well, how about you, Travis? You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, what do you take us through it, baby? Look at that, third place. Involved in
Yeah, rookie over here. I'm sure y'all saw lap 2 down there in turn 3. I tried to kill everybody.
We were like, most people here at Phoenix, when something like that happens, you might as well, sit back and relax. But man, the race gods were looking out for you tonight, and here you find yourself up 12 spots in third spot.
Yeah, so when you're in the back, all you got to do is kind of do what everybody else doesn't do. So the leader stayed out on that last caution there, and I was like, I'm all the way back here, might as well pit. I think some guys got off, some different strategy there, and then some of them couldn't make it on fuel, so they dropped at the end. So yeah, we the rookie he lucked up into a top 3 tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Anyone you'd like to thank for your top 3 tonight?
I really appreciate these guys, WFO, Macaulay, Burt, everybody's got a hand in this deal, inviting us over to run. It's a good league, a lot of, caution-free races, clean races, a lot of respect, some fast drivers. Really appreciate what y'all do, man. It's really fun to go back and watch these races. And probably going to fix me a big old bowl of cereal right now and go back and watch this one. So,
well, there you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's your third place finisher, Travis Smith. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Well, Brazy, that is going to bring us to our first championship race here at Phoenix, and that's going to conclude the Xfinity car race at Phoenix. Tomorrow night, we have the Truck Series. Any final thoughts on tonight's race?
We had a couple incidents in the beginning with cautions and a couple guys just getting loose and whatnot, and with Travis coming back and clawing his way back up to third, made for a good race. All the guys that battled in the front for those last 20 laps and stuff, unfortunately, with Dakota and Kyle, running out of fuel, it's kind of a bad spot for them. But Chuck and Richard, Travis coming out on top, and our pit car or our lap car did not hit the barrier.
Our lap car?
Pace car.
Our pace car didn't hit the barrier.
Pace car.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. Well, that's going to end it for tonight's run here at Phoenix. Race number 1 of the championship series is in the books. On behalf of WFO Racing Network, we want to thank all the fans. Make sure you do that, hitting the like and beating up the subscribe or whatever it is. I was your host, Dead Man Strolling, along with Sir Brazy Bull. And that's going to do it for us tonight. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for coming out. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya.
Later on,